Hey. What's up? What's up? Mhm, mhm, mhm. Check it out. Mhm, mhm. Check it out. How y'all feel out there? Good evening, right? Views to the morning squad, to the morning gods, goddesses, to the chosen ones. You know, true and living. How y'all feel out there? I hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all enjoying yourself today on this Tuesday. What's today? Oh my God, today's a Wednesday, right? Damn. How time flies. Oh yeah, it does fly. But today we're gonna get into some quality information, right? Um, let's get into Hebrew, right? Get into this Hebrew conversation, because we trying to figure out is it a cult or not. It seemed like it's a cult to me. I tell everybody this thing is a cult, and not only is it a cult, it's a cult based upon depression. Yeah, seems like it. Seems like they like to keep you depressed. You know what I mean? That's how they meet you. They say, "Hey, what's up? You a sinner." You know what I mean? Like that's their hook. You know what I mean? Is that you part of a family, but unfortunately your whole family is cursed. So you can never do good. You can't do good. You can't do great. You can just do nothing because it seems like you're cursed. So it's different when you're on the outside looking in, right? We don't really know. We on the outside. I be just trying to figure it out, and it seems like they just be giving you hell, right? That they trying to give you the most, you know, scariest situation that you could possibly ever imagine, and that way you could come to them for safety. Sounds crazy to me, right? But some people actually fall for it, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how those people respond. So, because again, we we don't really know. Some of us, you know what I mean. We've never joined these type of cults. You know what I mean? Is it a cult? We want to find out. You know what I'm saying? So, um, let's get into some footage. Let's get into some eyewitness testimony. You know what I mean? The first drink I'm gonna play for y'all. I want y'all to see because again, a lot of people never had a chance to hear out of their own words people's experience with these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your experience like? Have you had a good experience with these folks? A lot of people just see them walking up the street wearing Superman costumes, wearing capes, wearing um, all of the weird things you can think of. So let's see if that does anything for you, like it does for them, right? Let's see. Let's get into this share screen. All right, baby, baby, you. Oops, baby, you. Let's make sure we got this going. Yeah. All right. See, I know. Oh, see, I know I don't know how to do this, right? I gotta work with me. I might have. Yeah, yeah. I know. I don't. What just happened? Hold up. I hit this tab. This joint be having like two different. They got two different computers, so I gotta watch myself on this joint. Let's see. Here's a here's a situation. We probably all experienced this. You know, we gonna get deeper though. So hang out. We gonna get deeper. But I wanted to start
because
here.
you hurt them.
I wanted to start here.
What up, y'all? Um, I'm not gonna be long before you today. At least, yeah, that's not what I'm trying to do. Forgive me because I'm a bit disturbed because this is fresh. This is a fresh wound, and as we all know, I have been going through my healing journey. And like, you think no more what happened right.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. What the hell? Hold on 1 second. I think I might be trying to share the wrong screen. Let me stop. Wiggle with it. Let's see.
As we all know, I have been going through my healing journey, and like just think no more.
We getting close. We getting close. We working on this new computer here. We're gonna try it again. We're just gonna share everything. Don't worry. Here we go. We're gonna share everything. Da, 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 da. Share everything in audio. So let's go. Oh, did I share the audio? Got it. Boom.
Right now, and I would get a break in life and be able to just go through my journey without more things happening to like test me. But unfortunately, that's not the way that life goes. So my balls have been tested.
Her balls have been testing. This I'm talking about. Poor young girl. Poor sister. Poor sister. You know. Poor sister. She says her balls have been tested. What does that mean here? You know what I'm saying?
Be able to just go through my journey without things happening.
What does that mean? Her balls have been tested. Well, let's find out.
My heart has been tested. I think I did pretty good this time. So I had to cool off because in the heat of the moment, I was pissed the off. I was pissed. So I basically was sent to hell on yesterday. So first I was called.
Look at her face though. Look at her face. She said she was sent to hell. You think what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I understand. You meet some niggas on the street and these niggas send you to hell. Hello.
I'm getting off the trolley to go make a little quick stop before I cross back over here in Tijuana. Figure I get a couple little American treats, some things you miss that you go without for a while. And so, let's stop the store right quick.
She had to get a wrap. You know what I mean? She wanted to get her blizzards. You know what I mean? Get her twist. She came back to cross the border, got some of that good kush, so she wanted to wrap it up. You know what I mean? But she didn't want to be harassed.
I was already kind of debating if I had really wanted to stop and I was going to just wait and, wait a little bit longer. But I got out. And then you got, you got your little purple man out here preaching.
The purple man. She called these niggas the purple men out here preaching.
And the dude got me over. So they got the ones off to the side preaching. They got their little crowd of their own little people or whatever. And then you got your person off to the side who's trying to get people like me to come over to actually hear them what they got to say. And how he got me interested, or got my attention at least, is what he said. Do you know what tribe you came from, or your sister? Do you know who you are? And I mean, at least grab my attention or whatever. And I'm like, really wasn't trying to.
See what I'm saying? They feed off of the black girl lost. Hey sister, do you know yourself? Look at her face though. You know what I mean? Like that's the question. They teach us in school that we lost. We part of the lost. You know what I mean? Black race. We was kidnapped from Africa. Do you know yourself? You know what I mean? What type of game is that? That's how these niggas say hello. Do you know yourself? What? No. You figure out, you know what I mean? You don't know yourself neither, Mr. Purple Man. The purple people. You know what I'm saying? Do you know yourself? We part of a lost tribe, but this nigga got out of a book. You hear this?
Get into that and really wasn't trying to go there where I was like not too sure about all this, but I don't mind hearing people out. I have heard of these group of people before, and they have come to me before, but I have never heard of it like this. I have never heard it to this extent. I have never experienced it like that. And I'm the type of person, I don't classify my personal experiences with either a group of people or race of people or a certain religion or a type of people. When it comes to the people, I don't be like all the people like that. All the, when I was talking about the Haitians, when I was talking about my experience with Haitians, I wasn't saying all the Haitian people. I can't classify all of the people of it because of my experiences based upon two or three little. Woo! Jesus, I'm trying to keep the words of peace.
These niggas got her up all out her indignant. She got the tat off, you know what I mean? She ain't no soft sister. These niggas they done ruined her whole nice guy. She trying to be on her spiritual journey out here. She took the time to find out if these brothers had something interesting, something that could help her spiritual journey. And guess what they got?
And not what I seen yesterday is that the very people that they were complaining about, the white man and his tactics and beating us, make the slaves and turning us into slaves and all this, the same thing the white man did that they were so angry about on yesterday, those same tactics is what they use on me. You got me over there on some clickbait.
On some clickbait. You got me over there on some clickbait. Just to hit her with the black inferiority complex, just to hit her with the, you know what I mean? She like, we not crazy. Everybody not crazy. Well, my mom used to say, when niggas talking bad about you, if everybody's saying the same thing, everybody can't be lying. Everybody can't be lying. These niggas is tripping. These niggas crazy. First thing they do is want to make you feel like you a slave. That's how she felt. She said they worse than a white slave master. They worse than a white oppressor. You heard what she said? Listen to what she said. These niggas worse. They worse. You joining this?
Slaves and turning us into slaves and all this. The same thing the white man did that they were so angry about on yesterday. Those same tactics is what they use on me. You got
the same tactics. You see what I'm saying? White supremacy this, white supremacy that. Black people ain't this. We can never do nothing. That inferiority complex. The white man is supreme. These niggas out here singing the Supremes and shit. Got her over there on some clickbait. You know what I mean? They done got half the community over there on some clickbait. You know what I mean? How they over there doing that shit? You get half the community over there on clickbait just to come over there and do more of the white man shit.
Is that the very people that they were complaining about, the white man,
the very people,
and his tactics and beating us, make the slaves and turning us into slaves and all this. The same thing the white man did that they were so angry about. The same thing. Those same tactics is what they use on me. You got me over there on some clickbait.
On some clickbait. You got me. That's classic. You got me over there on some clickbait. Just to hit me over there with the white man is God, the black man is the devil. Nigga, please, come on.
When I went over there, you wasn't talking about nothing about that. You told me, okay, man, we talking about this right now. You help somebody else is reading out the Bible. Another guy was standing there next to me. You got on him, and he stood there. I could tell he had been standing there listening to y'all for a minute. So you got into his business and you asked him about do he got a girlfriend? Are they married? Why they not married? When he was gonna marry her, and he like, in time, whatever, not ready, whatever. And then you tell him he is going to hell for that. You come to me.
Nigga said he ain't going to hell because he ain't ready to marry his wife. You know what I mean? Kid told the nigga he going down the line. You imagine a nigga, Oprah like, you get a car. No, you going to hell. You going to hell. You going to hell. You hear this dumb shit? Look at her face. Poor sister. Look at her face. You know what I mean? She got the lip all out. She is mad. But if looks could kill, them purple people would be dead right now. If looks could kill, she is not playing with you. You got me over there on some clickbait. Just to do what the white man do. Y'all think I'll be making this shit up? Y'all crazy.
Oh, let me tell y'all what I'm going to hell for, because he put me in hell yesterday. He put me there. He did. He did. He spoke to y'all. I was in hell for about a good hour. maybe 2, because I was pissed the hell off because of where this man had placed me. Yes, he placed me in hell. That's why y'all little purple people can't talk to me no more. Because that was so sad, especially to see my black men, who I thought you was about to talk about the tribe and raise up the black woman. You know, already as a black woman, we go through, especially.
Wrong. Wrong. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not what they do. They get you over there on some clickbait just to tell you what you ain't. You dig what I'm saying? Just to tell you what you ain't. Don't worry though. We gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going. Cause she like us. She ain't crazy. You know what I mean? She ain't let the niggas get her and whoop de whoop her. She just did her little twist and just, she tried it. She tried to hear what she tried to hear him out, give him a chance. And them niggas is crazy, but homegirl right here though, she bit that. You know what I mean?
Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. It's me, Keat Wheat. I've made 3 videos so far, and I haven't said in particular or specifically what religion I was in, what religious cult I was in, but I was.
Now y'all see that she admits that she was in a religious cult. She ain't nobody forcing her to say that. She says she's in a religious cult. And she about to tell you.
A Israelite, a Hebrew.
She told you she was in a religious cult. So you never get to hear these people tell their story. You never get to hear these people say how they escaped this bullshit, this brainwashing, this mind manipulation. You never get to hear this. You never get to hear it. Let's go.
In particular, or specifically what religion I was in, what religious cult I was in, but I was a Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite for some. That's debatable among them, whatever. But I just refrain from saying it because like I said in my intro video, I am not trying to be on here fussing and debating and going back and forth with no Israelite. I don't care what camp you come out of, and especially the one I came out of. I'm not trying to debate anybody, any of my sisters and brothers.
She know better. Them niggas brainwashed. How you going to debate some niggas that's brainwashed, stuck in a book, lost in a fantasy world, lost in a fairy tale that already was introduced? We know how they say hello to you. They say hello to you but with clickbait. They already got you with the clickbait. They done told you worthless, and you done believe now you part of a family of worthless niggas, some cursed niggas now. This your family. You done bought it now. Let's go.
Still there because I still love my sisters and brothers. I know they've been fed a bunch of hogwash about.
Hogwash? How you just gonna come out here and just believe that everybody you meet on the corner is an Israelite? Everybody that's dark skinned, black faced, kinky haired, wide lips, wide nose, big lips is a. Come on, man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man.
Me and my family. That's fine. I've been there, done that. I already know how it go. When you're brainwashed, that's part of it. Because you're being controlled.
Because you're being controlled. Is that her experience, dog? She ain't getting to experience. She's just giving you the synopsis, the summary of this shit. Because she knows how it is when you're brainwashed, when you're being controlled in a religious cult. Like, this ain't the way you say goodbye. Like, I went to a college. I won't call it my college, you know what I mean, a brainwashing institution. I may call it a indoctrination institution, but damn, hogwash. She going ham on these niggas. Like, come on, this is the experience of these niggas. We think it's just one or two, but we never heard none.
Anyway, the place I was at, the religious cult I was in, I can only speak for that, and that's why I said I'm not trying to be on here arguing and debating with any other Israelite, because I don't know you and I have not been to your camp. I don't care to, because I'm not religious of any kind anymore. So I'm gonna put that out there. And I know what they love to say. Oh, you in real, you in serious. Oh, you were trying to do right anyway, or It's either that or it's, oh, you didn't have the right teacher. Oh, you need to come over here to this one. Oh, we know the word, blah, blah, blah. Been there, done that. Or I heard one, I had one tell me on someone's video, I had made a comment because I was simply saying, asking, why are y'all still talking about the white man this and the white man that? When are y'all going to start protecting y'all sisters and children and yourselves from all of this instead of keep always putting it on, oh, it's a curse, we're cursed, and this is why this happened. Like, you could keep saying that, but when are you going to take action? That's all I said. That's all I said. And I,
Man, sound like she asking good questions though. They always putting it on the white man. That's what I'm saying. They out here. The other girl said they out here preaching the white man doctrine, but they scared of the white man. Like what? They scared of the white man. They scared of the end of the world. They prepping for the end of the world. Niggas out here building bunkers in the middle of nowhere, worried about the white man, and they got the most high God, but you scared of the white man. This shit sound crazy and lunatic, and these people don't pay attention. They don't use common sense. You know what I'm saying? She just asked why y'all treat y'all women and children like this. Y'all niggas out here talking about the white man, but y'all treating y'all women and children like this. And this is a question. Why are y'all treating y'all women and children like this? How do they treat the women and children? Let's find out. Let's find out. Because I want to know. Everybody wants to know how they treat their women and how they treat their children. You know?
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Deshawn LaFay, your intuitive goat, coming at you live in full effect on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I hope this video finds everybody happy and enjoying life and being grateful and thankful for even being awake and alive today, as I am joyous and happy and thankful to my Creator that I am here to see yet another day. So, if you all clicked on this live, I'm going to get right to it because I'm going to go ahead and upload this video to YouTube when I get through. But I just wanted to jump on right quick because I was talking to a sister this morning. You guys, if you all know my journey on Facebook, you know that I am all about self-love, empowerment, hypergamy, leveling up as a woman, getting your...
See, I wanted y'all to get her little backstory though, so you can know that she is a person that is an expert on narcissistic personalities. She's been in an abusive relationship. She knows what it's like. She can call a spade, okay? She's not gonna sit here and pretend. Hold on. She's not gonna sit here and pretend that is not what it is. She gonna call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying?
Yourself together, you know what I'm saying, having self-esteem and determination and drive to be your own person in the world or whatever and whatnot. And you also know that I am a narcissistic abuse survivor and that I advocate for...
I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. We dealing with survivors over here, man. Niggas that know better than do better. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with somebody that made a mistake. I don't have a problem that person slipped and fell. And, you know what I mean? No, nigga, did you get up? You know what I'm saying? You gonna get up out of that Hebrew Israelite trip? You gonna find yourself, find the power in you, and keep it going? Cause this ain't it.
For narcissistic abuse victims. So today I was talking to one of my friends, and she was telling me the story of how she ruminates on the abuse that she was going through, and this segment of society that all of this is that I am going to touch on is in the Hebrew community. So as you all know, my journey went from all the different religions, but it was like Christianity to Hebrewism, and then Hebrewism to spirituality. And so when I was coming out of the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, I got a lot of backlash, a lot of threats, a lot of people in my inbox talking crazy to me. But the one thing that I felt liberated to talk about when I came out of the Hebrew Israelite community was the blatant narcissistic abuse that goes on in that community, whether it be men being abused or women being abused. But right now, we're going to talk about the women that have been abused in that community, because it is a community to me that fosters negative behavior, narcissistic abuse for sure, because in that community, women are not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to have their own thoughts, their own anything. Basically, their only thing that women are to do in that community is have babies, be quiet, take care of the house, give over all their resources and finances to the man, and that's it. And if that man chooses to be kind to her, that's on him. If he chooses to treat her like a lady, that's on him. Like there is no obligation by the men.
That sounds crazy. He can if he chooses to be nice to her, that's on him. You know what I mean? Like that's on him. Like he gonna be nice to his wife. He crazy. Why would he do that? He don't have no obligation to be nice to her. That's on him. That sounds a little bit crazy to me.
In the community to make the other men stand up to a certain standard of how they should treat their women or anything like that. If anything, the standard is be as horrible to your woman as you possibly can be.
Get out.
That seems to be the standard in the Hebrew Israelite community.
Get out. That's not what she's saying. She don't believe that. She lying on these people.
Standard of how they should treat their women or anything like that. If anything, the standard is be as horrible to your woman as you possibly can be. That seems to be the standard in the Hebrew Israelite community. Now put
that that's a little crazy if that's the standard. Now put that what?
That on top of a man, put that on top of a man.
She can't even talk. Look at this. Like she's going through it. She's going like, you ever see somebody relive trauma, relive it? She trying to tell a story. You know what I mean? We're gonna see a lot of that today, though. We're gonna see a lot of that. It's hard for them to tell his story. It's hard for them to relive it. That's why we don't get to hear it and see it, because it's so difficult for people to tell how they got abused by these cats.
There is no obligation by the men in the community to make the other men stand up to a certain standard of how they should treat their women or anything like that. If anything, the standard is be as horrible to your woman as you possibly can be. That seems to be the standard in the Hebrew Israelite community. Now put that on top of a man, put that on top of a man,
it's gonna be all right.
Being narcissistic.
It's gonna be
and
all
I guess
right,
what I'm saying is, it's like there's scriptures that, like, let's use Proverbs 31 as an example. Okay, in the Bible, a Proverbs 31 woman is a woman that is described as a woman that goes out early in the morning before the sun comes up and gathers things to provide for her family as well as her maid servants, right? She's a woman that is in high stature in the community. She's looked upon as wise and industrious, and she makes a way and a place for her husband to feel comfort and content, to where all her husband has to do is go out to the gates and sit with the other husband and talk all day, while the Proverbs 31 woman is at home preparing the home and continuously keeping the home going.
Got him. No, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. We don't want to get too far, though. We want to stay into this marriage situation. We don't want to get too far off in the Bible. We want to know how these niggas is acting. So we already heard her tell her story of what she's seeing and what's going on in her relationship. She's saying that these niggas get to treat their woman however they want to treat their woman. This is her experience. Again, if everybody's saying the same thing, they can't be lying. But if she has a narcissistic husband and it's an environment that lets him be narcissistic, oh boy, it's nothing but chaos. Let's see how chaotic it can be.
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. Man, we didn't even expect to be back so soon, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, just come back really quick. So do it.
Right.
Yeah. I was just, looking back on the video we took, and I just feel as though I didn't really go into detail enough to really expose IUIC's marriages and really tell everyone what really goes down behind closed doors, because again, it is recent. So it was pretty hard for me to go into detail and show audio, because I do have a lot of audio clips and I have a lot of receipts to prove, that the marriages is pretty much fraud and pretty much really abusive and dangerous to the women. So,
I mean, come on now. The marriages is fraud. The marriages is dangerous. What she say?
to the women. So, go into detail and show audio, because I do have a lot of audio clips and I have a lot of receipts to prove, that the marriages is pretty much fraud and pretty much really abusive and dangerous to the women. So, just looking at it, I didn't really expose it. So I just got to come back and really give the details. So
Definitely
that's
understand.
what we're here to do tonight. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely, Leah. Like, I can understand that. Like, this is fresh, it's new. Like, I know IUIC men, they don't have emotions for some reason. So they can't understand that it's very fresh and it's still.
Damn. She's saying the men don't have emotions. Is this a thing? Is this a thing? And she's saying that the niggas you dealing with don't have emotions. Is that a thing? Because that sounds like a narcissistic behavior. Let's go back to what the lady just said. You don't have emotions. You don't care about the next person's feelings. That sounds narcissistic.
And talk all day. While the problem now put that on top of a man. Put that on top of a man. Being narcissistic. And I guess what I'm saying is, it's like there's scriptures that, like, let's use Proverbs 31 as an example. Okay.
Let's see how these niggas use this scripture to be abusive. Let's go. We're gonna skip a little bit. Let's get up in it. Because these niggas like to use the scripture to be narcissists.
He's pretty much yelling, so you're gonna pretty much hear everything that he has to say, but you probably won't hear as much as what I say because I'm not yelling. So it is pretty much. I'll double check with you to see, if you can hear.
Yeah.
So,
and just so people will know, what she means by bringing out audio is that we actually, Leah actually has proof that her husband was very, very abusive, verbally abusive, and very aggressive, to the point where she was afraid he might do something. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm gonna let Leah speak for herself, but she does have proof via audio on her phone of how the relationship went down, because obviously people love to lie and people want proof from IUIC. So here is your proof.
Okay.
You asked for it. You got it.
All right.
So whenever you're ready, Leah, you could do your thing.
I'm ready. So I'm just gonna, walk you guys down pretty much by the time we got engaged. So,
and I gotta keep it funky for the algorithm, you know what I mean? Yeah. Keep it funky. So I gotta keep stepping in every now and then for the algorithm. So we make sure there's no copyright. But yes, it gets juicy up in here. We got some work. Don't worry. Relax. It's coming. I got you. It's juicy. It's candy.
Right after we got engaged, the day we got engaged, I moved into his apartment. So there was a couple instances that I got, some red flags. For instance, he did not know his doctrine as well as he thought he did. For instance, I was cooking dinner one night. It was I want to say it was about to be Friday night, so it was about to be the Sabbath. It was on the verge of being like the sun was going down, and I was done doing the heat part of the dinner, so I needed to blend it at the end. I was making a soup, so I started blending, and by this time the sun went completely down. So I started blending, and that is not using fire. It's not going against the Sabbath, and what they teach is wrong and right regarding the Sabbath.
Right.
So I started blending. He got up out of his chair and literally backed me into a corner saying, "What are you doing?" Like, he was so confident that I was breaking the Sabbath.
Niggas on some Stone Age. I mean, you are dating modern caveman ass niggas. I mean, what are you doing? You using fire? He about to see what I'm saying? See how they use the Bible to be narcissists, to be mean and be evil, about to kill his girl over using a blender. Talking about you using fire because she used blender. Do y'all hear this? This is the narcissist.
Blended at the end. I was making a soup. So I started blending, and by this time the sun went completely down. So I started blending, and that is not using fire. It's not going against the Sabbath, and what they teach is wrong and right regarding the Sabbath.
Right.
So I started blending. He got up out of his chair and literally backed me into a corner saying, "What are you doing?" Like, he was so confident that I was breaking the Sabbath. And I had to stop with everything I was doing. He said, "I will throw this whole dinner out. What are you doing?"
Nigga.
So I said, "Jamin, I'm not using fire. Like, this is not against."
I'm not using fire. What? I'm not using fire. Do you hear this? This Stone Age shit. These niggas stuck in a Stone Age, stuck in a 1500 AD. Tell me something. You can't use fire. About to throw the whole dinner. Nigga ain't cooked nothing. Sat on his ass. Probably don't work. I ain't saying you got to, but I'm just saying this is what they saying. They say these niggas is lazy. They using Rebecca. You know what I mean? To do all the work. And he gonna throw it all on the floor because she used a blender. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's go back though, because I don't want nobody to lose that everybody can't be lying. Everybody can't be lying. She just said,
be as horrible to your woman as you possibly can be. That seems to be the standard in the Hebrew Israelite community. Now put that on top of a man, being narcissistic. And I guess what I'm saying is, it's like, there's scriptures that, like, let's use Proverbs 31 as an example, okay? In the Bible, a Proverbs 31 woman is a woman that is described as a woman that goes out early in the morning before the sun comes up and gathers things to provide for her family as well as her maidservants, right? She's a woman that is in high stature in the community.
But you got to do all that before the sun goes down. Let's get back to this drama. Come on, y'all.
This is not breaking the Sabbath. He just
Right.
did. Like, we had to sit down in the living room and argue a good 10 minutes on how I was not breaking the Sabbath, but he just did not get what I was saying. So I decided to call Officer Zuriel. I said, "Officer Zuriel, is me using a blender breaking the Sabbath?" He said, "No, that's not." Jamin just got quiet. I had to hang up. And I didn't let him know that Jamin, thought that was a sin, because I wasn't supposed to be in his house. I was, we were still engaged. So, yeah. So he just got quiet. And I said, "So you don't have anything to say?"
Right.
We're for sure confident that that was breaking the Sabbath. But all of a sudden I call the officer and you get quiet. You're okay with it.
He was for sure about to whip her ass. He was for sure about to break her face over a blender, over using fire. Are you serious? Then he called the big homie like, "Nah, you good." Like, what? Some Stone Age shit. You hear this shit? He don't even know the doctrine. These niggas don't even know the doctrine or whatever it's supposed to be. They make this shit up as they go along just to fit their motherfucking narcissism, just to fit their excuses to beat up on a motherfucker. That's crazy.
He said his excuse was it didn't rub my spirit the right way. I was not used to, I'd never done that on the Sabbath, so it rubbed my spirit the wrong way.
The shit rub my spirit, nigga. Nigga rub my spirit. You got niggas out here massaging spirits. It rub my spirit. I want to whip your ass because my spirit wasn't massaged properly. Come on.
That didn't make any sense to me, but hey, that was his excuse, so.
That don't make no sense to nobody. But that's what I'm saying. When you're dealing in a crazy world, when you talking to the man on the moon, you got secrets that y'all hide. Y'all play, you know what I mean? You cursed. Y'all all believe that y'all sinning, y'all sinners, and y'all can't do nothing but sin. It's easy to just let a nigga beat you up. It's easy to let a nigga just put his hands all on you and back you into a corner and throw the food all on the ground because you use fire. Oh no, don't use no fire.
Or backing you into a corner and threatening to throw all your hard work, your food out that you made for him.
Right.
Okay,
right.
wow.
So
that's
it's
crazy.
The same instance.
Duh. But that's what happens though. See, we never get to hear what happens, what goes on in these niggas' houses, behind the scenes.
So I had I was going out to take my car in to get it a diagnostic, and I had no fringes on my skirt, but I had it on my cardigan. He thought I had to have the fringes on the ends of the skirt. That was a sin not to have it on the ends of the skirt, but I had it on my cardigan. So
right, you had it on.
Yeah, I had it on
the whole point. Yeah,
but it just was not on the it was on the end of the skirt. So he thought that was the sin. He did not let me leave the house. Like he went to the door and he did not let me leave. Like he put his hands on me, to push me back, saying, "You are not leaving. You need to put on some fringes on your skirt because all
this nigga got her walking around like a cowgirl and shit. You know what I mean? Got looking like her to look like a superhero with fringes on all over her body. She said she had them. Oh, god damn, nigga! How many fringes a nigga got to wear? How many fringes is enough fringes out this motherfucker? You about to beat her? She said he put her hand, he done pushed her back in the house, put her on the bed over some fringes. How many fringes is enough fringes, y'all?
My cardigan. He thought I had to have the fringes on the ends of the skirt. That was a sin not to have it on the ends of the skirt.
Everything is a sin. It's a sin for fringes. This nigga gonna say you sinning for fringes? You sinning for using fire? These characters, these purple people is crazy. You gonna let these purple people drive you crazy?
My cardigan. He thought I had to have the fringes on the ends of the skirt. That was a sin not to have it on the ends of the skirt. Sin. But I had it on my cardigan. So
right, you had it on.
Yeah, I had it on
the whole point. Yeah,
but it just was not on the it wasn't on the end of the skirt. So he thought that was the sin. He did not let me leave the house. Like he went to the door and he did not let me leave. Like he put his hands on me, to push me back, saying, "You are not leaving. You need to put on some fringes on your skirt because all the sisters in the congregation have that on. So that's how it's supposed to be." And then he brought out the Bible on the back of fringes, and I said, "Jamin, it says the hem. It doesn't say the bottom of your clothing. That means that you would need to have fringes on the bottom of your pants." And so,
like these niggas, grown ass niggas, married couple niggas, have an argument over fringes. You can't leave the house over fringes. Look at this lady, she laughing. You gotta laugh at this shit. This is comical. This is stupid. A nigga talking about you can't leave the house because you ain't got on fringes. It's an argument. I'm about to smack the sense into you. Come on.
Again, I called Officer Zurio. I felt really stupid because this is an obvious question. I knew I was right. So he says, you are, oh, you're right. You don't need to have fringes on your skirt as long as you have on fringes. Again, he just went into the corner and let me go out the house. So silence again.
And how did you feel? Like, because it's like almost a
flag. That was a red flag. Yeah. I was like, wow. So I'm going to need, if Officer Zuriel did not pick up the phone, I could have not left. So that was a huge red flag. Now we are engaged, and he told me that I'm promised to him, so I cannot back out of the engagement. So I have to get married to him. So that's what I thought. So it was a.
You see how that worked too? I'm engaged to a nigga. I'm promised to a nigga. They get the suckers. All the suckers, they gonna get you a wife. They gonna have. All you gotta do is play your part, and they gonna get you a wife. They don't care how corny you are, as long as you work hard, they gonna get you somebody. There's somebody that they done mentally abused and mentally brainwashed. They gonna pass them off to you, and they gonna make them feel like they can't leave. Every man in her family needs his ass kicked. Say that again, OG. No doubt. Every man. This is crazy. She got to keep calling this damn bishop, this damn elder, what captain, whatever ass nigga. Because this nigga don't know the doctrine. Whatever the doctrine is an excuse for him to put hands and feet on this little girl.
I picked up the phone. I could have not left. So that was a huge red flag. Now we are engaged, and he told me that.
But again, I got to go back. I want to keep y'all on the same page because this ain't nothing new. This is what the lady's saying here. Let's
looked upon as wise and
that's what she's saying
standard in the man, and that's it. And if that man chooses to be kind to her, that's on him. If he chooses to treat her like a lady, that's on him. Like there is no obligation by the men in the community to make the other men stand up to a certain standard of how they should treat their women or anything like that. If anything, the standard is be as horrible to your woman as you possibly can be. That seems to be the standard in the Hebrew Israelite community.
I mean, everybody ain't lying, cuz I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. What y'all thinking? I'm just saying though. Hold on. I think I got somebody here. Hold on.
It was a lot going on.
It was a lot going
on in my life. Like, for
hold on.
For real. It was a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
But 2020, the school started really evolving. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was a lot of wisdom and knowledge that was being brought forth. Not saying it was all accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but me being a humble individual, a lot of stuff didn't sit right with my spirit, but to keep peace because my husband at that time became part of leadership. But I would ask him a lot of stuff, and he would just tell me like, "Don't be rebellious," like. And I'm not trying to go against what I'm being told, but I'm the type of person. Why? Like, I'm that. That's me. Why? Like, what sense does it make? Like, this, that, and the third.
Like, you can't have a brain. He told her, "Don't be rebellious." She asked why. The nigga said, "You being rebellious." Don't be rebellious.
So 2020, they started bringing out basically women can't wear makeup. They was already talking about not wearing weave. That was not custom. Don't arch your eyebrows. Take the earrings out your ear.
You can't arch your eyebrows though.
Or fingernail polish. It was just a lot coming out that really just did not bear witness with my spirit because, as we all know, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Like, everything been tampered with, even the Bible been tampered with. I said what I said. So all this stuff coming out, and I'm just like, this ain't right. It's just not right. But I was very quiet, because I was already in a hot seat for being me. Basically, like, just,
I guess it's my aura because they told me that I always looked at me and I didn't smile. Like, no, it ain't that. It's just I see y'all for who y'all are. Like y'all the modern day scribes and Pharisees. Like I said what I said.
Mm. Y'all the enemy. She's talking about the niggas that's supposed to be teaching, the niggas that's supposed to be leading, they the enemies.
Um, it was just so much going on in 2020. But I know I was going through a lot behind closed doors in my marriage. So basically, I sought out counsel. And, Psalms 11 and 14, where no counsel is, the people fall, and where there's a multitude of counsel, you're in the safety. So there was an incident where my husband at that time was dibbling and dabbling in infidelity.
Dibbling and
Infidelity
dabbling.
ain't always having sex. Let me just put that out there. So don't even go there. But
It ain't always having sex. But look at her face. but but maybe this time it was some sex and vibe. But she needed some counseling. Cause these niggas don't care about these girls' feelings. I mean, come on, man.
it was that. So I went to counsel and I expressed my sentiments to them on the phone. But he had told me not to go to counsel. But the reason why I went against what he said because I felt like he just didn't want them to know, to be shunned upon. And I didn't have no intentions on, trying to make him look that. It's like I really just want to fix this. I want my marriage to work. So I go to counseling, and I wish I would have listened to him.
Damn. Damn. Look at the face again. She just wanted to make her marriage work. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why we gotta hear these young ladies' story. The victims. You know what I mean? The victims of this abuse, the victim of these narcissists, of these weirdos, of these cowards. We gotta see the trauma that they impose on these folks. Nobody ever get to tell a story. Nobody ever get to hear what it's like to be abused by narcissists and then go to seek help from some niggas. And what do they say when they try to help you? What's that like?
But I went to counseling, and it's like,
Look at her face. You could tell what it's like. You don't even need to know what happened next. Look at her face. You could tell that there wasn't no counsel when she went to counsel. You see what I'm saying? It's a system of abuse here. It's a system. The niggas, they just so glad that he got a wife. They ain't gonna let this nigga lose his wife. Like she said, you can do whatever you want to do to these motherfuckers. The worse you treat her, the more respect you get. Look at her face. You think they helped her out in counsel?
4 people on the phone. So I'm expressing what happened, and the bishop at that time was basically telling me like, "Oh, you was belligerent and woot the woot and keep that shit in your house," like just going in on me. So I just got quiet because at this point, like,
Blame the victim. Classic shit. Blame the victim. I mean, I'm saying you a boss. You can't handle your wife. You can't do it. Polygamy. Niggas ain't with it. You got this creep and creep. Come on, man. They told her to sit yourself down. It's your fault. It's your fault. She went to counsel. They told her, shut your mouth. What they say, grin and bear it.
basically telling me like, "Oh, you was belligerent and woot the woot and keep that shit in your house," like just going in on me. So I just got quiet because at this point, like, I'm disturbed. Like, I'm appalled.
Appalled.
Because the bishop, as they say, our spiritual leader, our spiritual father, is telling me how I was, and he won't even know. So it's like, them boys say this and them boys say that, but it's like, honestly, y'all don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what my husband at that time was telling them, but y'all don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's what that you see that. So you can't even go to counseling and get help around this joint. Let's go back. Let's go back now. We don't want to leave. We don't want to leave her there with the good part and shit. She got some good parts. Let's get up in her.
To baker, so she was gonna do my cake.
But we want y'all to know that she tried to get help. You can try to get help, it ain't gonna help.
Girl, the morning of my wedding to check up on the cake. I said, "How is?"
Hold on, let me skip a little bit.
Most times, like I no
exactly. Instead of brainwashed, yeah, just saying anything. Yeah.
Right. So the DJ was a part of the camp as well. He did a terrible job. You know, the first dance was not even on the playlist that I told him to play. He just was not really all there. The song I was supposed to walk down the aisle to, he did the wrong song. So my mom had to come out and tell him to switch to the right song. It was just not there. David and Solomon, those are the ones who made my friends leave. They were the who tried to convert my two friends. One was Hispanic and Asian, and the other one was Indian. David was converting Prika, that was her name, and Solomon was converting Elise.
At the wedding.
While I was getting married.
Lord have mercy.
I had no clue. By the time I walked, by the time we were done, they were gone. I think. Yeah, I had no clue where they went. So they were converting two of my friends, and it went so far they covered their heads with napkins. They said that family, since they didn't have their head covers, they were shameful women or something. They insulted my family at my wedding and made them feel so uncomfortable. I think David told Prika, "Is that even a real religion that you are a part of?"
You see, that's a big part of it that they do. How they separate you from your family. That's that cult-like behavior. That's that cult-like behavior. Let's go here because there's nothing new. It's nothing new. That's how they get you. You don't got nobody but them.
So this video, it might be a little long.
Hold on.
So basically, you know, we were introduced to one body. You know, like I said, he introduced me to one body of Dallas, Texas. And when I first seen them, it was just like, dang, like, that's dope. Like, that is so dope how they, you know, witness to people, go door to door. You know how, like, the Jehovah Witness people do? Like, they go door to door and enlighten people or whatever. Then, you know, they preaching about or they witnessing about how, you know, we got to get back to how it used to be. Like, we left that off to Georgia.
Here we go.
We had a lot of red flags.
Hold on, I want to hear.
18, you know, we trying our best to keep these feast days. You know, we congregating with just me and him. You know, we enlightening our parents. We separated ourselves from our parents, and you know, we basically burnt a lot of bridges.
That's what I wanted y'all to hear, because that's what it's about. We separated y'all from your parents. We separated you from your friends. You burned a lot of bridges. You're stuck here. You're gonna have to leave everything behind and come out in the middle of the woods with these weirdos, because you done burnt a lot of bridges. This is by design.
2017, I got a couple notes just to, you know, reference me so I can stay on track, because I do not want this video to be all over the place. So 2017, we got married and I had my son, right? 2018, you know, we trying our best to keep these feast days, you know, we congregating with just me and him, you know. We enlightening our parents. We separated ourselves from our parents, and we basically burnt a lot of bridges. We burnt a whole heap of bridges. We burnt bridges. I'm gonna just keep it 1K. Like I say, this me speaking my truth. So here comes 2019. Fast forward to 2019. Um,
Now I'm saying that's sad that you got to admit that you burnt a lot of bridges to get down with some niggas. You know what I mean? That's what they got you doing out here to be down with these niggas. You supposed to be an Israelite. Your family ain't Israelites too. You know what I mean? You were chosen when your family ain't. I mean, I'm not to say that everybody is one, but come on now, this is a bloodline type of situation they talking about. They all Israel, but your family ain't. You supposed to hate your family? Come on.
But came up to my ex-husband. She definitely came up to him. Girl, anyway, so yeah.
Wow.
So after that, we got a honeymoon. My mom set up a honeymoon for us to go to Mexico. He didn't want to go at first because it involved the weekend and he was gonna miss the Sabbath class, so he didn't want to go. And I said, okay, well, I can get Wi-Fi on there and we can watch the class on the Sabbath, whatever, right? And he was the trip, like he honestly almost ruined the trip. I mean, I had seasickness, like I got really seasick, and I needed. My grandma got me some ginger, some natural seasick motion sickness pills, and they had gelatin in it. So
that's pork, girl. Ooh, that's pork.
Right. So okay, I can take apart the pill and just take out the ginger and drink that, right? And he's like, nope, it's defiled already. It's defiled. So I couldn't even take my medicine and enjoy the trip like I really wanted to because he thought it was defiled, but I already took off the whatever.
Right. According to IUIC, everything got pork in it. Everything got pork in it, y'all.
So he did not care about his wife's well-being. He cared about if that it could be defiled, even though I took the defiled part off of it.
The capsule, right?
Yeah, I took the capsule off and I dropped it in some water and mixed it up, and he said no, and that's how that went. So we got to Mexico, and it was really, really nice. It was so beautiful. We went to the flea market, and it was a lot of selling, and the men would come up to you and ask you wanted this, wanted that. So we started arguing out there. I don't know what it was, but he said "shut up" so loud that this Mexican man had to come up to him and say, hey, calm down, like you're on vacation, like relax. Right. So I just got away from that point. I don't even know what he started the argument about, but that was just so embarrassing. So now after we got married, came back from Mexico, he prohibited me from visiting my family. He his words were they were a stumbling block for me.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever.
Now again, this is what I want y'all to get now. How is this your family is Hebrews too, right? What's going on now? Y'all all children of Israel. What happened now? Get away from these niggas. Soon as they get you locked in, you all we got ass niggas. You hear that? This is what I want y'all to see that they make sure that everybody got the same story. That you gotta burn some bridges. They gotta get you away from their family. Everybody that loved you and cared for you, nope, get away from them niggas.
That was just so embarrassing. So, now, after we got married, came back from Mexico, he prohibited me from visiting my family. He, his words were they were a stumbling block for me.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever, I don't know what that means, but I just got married, I just pretty much moved out. Like I wanted to visit them sometime, but
yeah, your family.
That isolation is so strong. He just could not. That's one of the main factors is isolation. So he just prohibited me from visiting my family. So pretty much once we got back, it was past time for the refund. She told me I was going to get it Thursday, and I waited like at least 3 days after Thursday to get herself, maybe she was forgot or whatever. So I texted Anelia about the cake refund because she told me she was going to give me my refund on Thursday from her. Like she said it like in bold letters, like from me, you know.
Right.
And I have not heard from her. So I texted her and I said, sis, you know, I said it really nicely. I just asked for the refund. Have you forgot? What is it?
Hold on, let's keep going.
So, she said, leadership is going to refund you. Yeah, so talk to leadership.
Hold on. One more
The messages over to Officer Benaya. And I'm with it. He said, he's just telling you to. So December. I was on the phone.
Now, come on now. See, this is what I want y'all to get to. Again, I want to just finish this part up about how they want you to get away from your family and friends, because I want you to see the opposite side of that, of what they do to you when they got you with your family and your friends.
With my mom. We were planning on coming over. They were planning on coming over, you know, to have dinner, right? So Jamin told me to tell my mom she better have a skirt on before she comes over here, or she's not coming in the house. And my mom, she like overheard that. She's like, so he's gonna let his mother-in-law stay outside in the cold? Like, did I hear that right? But she's kind of like playing, but like, did you really say that? So he's like, no, tell her, right? And I did like this, and I'm on the phone, like I'm having a conversation. And so he like walked away, and he thinks that I didn't tell her about the skirt thing. Mm-hmm. So he comes back, and my phone is cracked. I had an iPhone, and my phone was really, really cracked, right? It's been cracked for like a whole year. I just didn't get it fixed. So he takes my phone from my hand, but it was like with so much force. He like squeezed my hand as he was taking the phone away. Right. So when he did that, my finger got caught on a part of the glass.
Yeah.
It like, I was leaking, girl. Like, it cut my finger so bad. I was literally leaking on the carpet, on my leg. Like, it was really, really bad. So I said, Jamin, like, why would you do that? He's like, you should have told her that to wear a skirt. Don't just tell me to hold on. No, I'm your Lord. You stop all conversations when I'm talking with you.
Wow.
So
I want y'all to remember how he said that. I'm your Lord. I'm your Lord. You know what I mean? These niggas, they don't want us to be guys, but they call each other they Lord. You the Lord of this chick. He your Lord. Only lords talk to lords and shit. So this nigga just cut this chick hand, almost got into a domestic violence case because he wanted her mom to wear a skirt. Not her to wear a skirt, her mom. The mom he don't want her to rock with. The mom he don't want her to see, she got to wear a skirt. You hear this?
I told him, Jamin, I told her already. When you walked away, that's when I told her. And then he's like, oh, well, you should have said that. I didn't know. So he was being apologetic and that sort. And I wanted my phone. He still had my phone. And he didn't give me my phone back because he thought I was going to take a picture. And which I did, because I was about to take a picture of that because it was really, really bad. So by the time he gave me my phone back, I cleaned up the cut and everything. It didn't really look that bad, but it was really, really bad. So, and I have receipts on that too. So, yeah. So,
niggas got receipts. It's getting bad. It ain't getting good. It's getting bad. They say it ain't getting good for y'all out here. It's getting bad for y'all out here. You know? It's getting bad for y'all out here. Shit. I'm just saying, man. They want the mama to be a Hebrew too. The mama, she ain't with the shit. Mama ain't with it. Why mama gotta be a Hebrew? So if mama was a Hebrew, this the type of shit you got to deal with. Watch this right here. This what happened when mama a Hebrew. This what happened when mama get there.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year, happy 2020. As you can see, we got a little mukbang going here. So I brought in the new year with my family, and we having a seafood boil. I also have what's her name? Love Smacklicious sauce right here. Let's get into it. So as you can see from the title, we're talking about that I grew up in a cult. Okay. About how I grew up in a cult.
An actual cult. See what I'm saying? And she showing off. Y'all see she eating seafood. Y'all know them Hebrews can't eat no seafood. You know they ain't no Indians. I don't know how Hebrews is Indians and they can't eat seafood. You know what I'm saying? How y'all some Indians and y'all don't eat seafood? That's all Indians do. Fish and live by creeks and rivers. These niggas is the creeks, right? These niggas is some rivers and shit. They all got river names and y'all don't eat seafood? What type of Hebrew is you? What type of Indian is you that don't eat shrimp? You don't eat shrimp? You ain't no Indian.
African Hebrew cult. It was called the African Hebrew Israelites. And yes, I don't know, like where should I start? So how I grew up in that cult, my mother, first of all, I grew up strict Pentecostal. So at first I was a Pentecostal, like Christian, strict Christian, and I grew up that way. And then around like age 15, my mother decided to change our religion, and she found the African Hebrew Israelites, and we decided to be a part of the.
See how she's saying we decided. We decided. Like, that's how brainwashed. She's still a little brainwashed. She's a little girl. She didn't decide nothing. Her mama made that decision. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff is hard to come out of. They make you feel like you in control, but you're not.
Well, she decided that we would be a part of the African Hebrew Israelites, okay?
Stop. Before you do any holiday shopping this year, you really have to see this. I'm going to show you one simple trick.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with the African Hebrew Israelites, they're the cult that is ran by Ben Ami, and he's passed. I think he's been deceased for maybe like 5 years now. But yeah, he's no longer here. He was the group leader. He was the cult leader, and basically, it was definitely a cult. Like, what happened was this guy had a vision. Ben Ami had a vision that he was the Messiah, and he was about to save all the black diaspora, the black people, and move everybody to Israel, okay?
Right.
I'm talking about the state of Israel, the Middle East.
Right. Everybody. Anybody that's down to go, they're going to take him and move him to Israel. Okay.
And that's exactly what he did. He started his own religion based on the, I forgot if it was the Old or the New Testament. I can't remember. Because I really wasn't paying attention. When I was 15, I was just doing it because my mom was doing it. So whatever my mama was doing, that's what I was doing. But yeah, like, he moved all these people to Israel, and they was all in Israel, pretty much living there. They started a whole new life. They first started in Benin, then they moved from Benin and migrated all the way to Israel, where they just was living their own life. Mm-hmm.
Living their own life. Look at her. Look at her. She eating them seafood, eating that crab.
That's the clue. The cucumber, y'all gotta put the cucumber because my mouth is on fire.
She's stunting. She's stunting. She know them Hebrews don't know nothing about no crabs. She don't know nothing. They got the calamari on top. She's stunting.
Hey, bring me some water.
She on her dang Callaway. Babe, bring me some water, babe. Evelyn. Bring me some water, babe.
Bring me something to drink, please.
Some ice water.
And so, yeah. He moved these people to Israel. And they was just over there living their own life. They was over there. Thank you. over there practicing polygamy. So a lot of them had like multiple wives. They had multiple wives. They had a whole lot of children because all of their wives was pregnant. So they had a whole lot of children, and it was just like a mess. Like these men couldn't even take care of themselves, but they had the nerves to have all these women, and then they were all just living in poverty. And it was just like, how do you got all these wives and y'all still broke? It was just crazy.
And y'all broke. How you got all these wives and y'all broke? Stop it. How you get all these wives? Why y'all need all these wives and y'all broke? We ain't even dealing with these niggas today. We're gonna deal with the victims. We're gonna deal with the people that falls prey to these niggas. But how you got all these wives and y'all broke? She grew up in this shit. She know these niggas is broke. She know
they were all just living in poverty, and it was just like, how do you got all these wives and y'all still broke?
Y'all still broke. Y'all don't work. The wives do all the work, and you should be rich. The way y'all pimping these wives, she eating that shellfish. She going straight to the burning fire. Y'all pimping these wives, and y'all still broke. How that work? I got women working all day for you. You about to throw the food on the ground, and you talking about y'all broke. It's crazy.
It was just crazy.
Crazy.
And it was just like, I don't know, like a power struggle with these people because they were concerned about a lot of people who joined the cult. I realized were people who were like loners or people who was just lame.
Lames. A lot of people that joined the cult. This a kid that grew up around it. These supposed to be your heroes. Come on now, you 13, 14, 15 years old. These are the adults you see growing up. They not lames. They superheroes. How they lames? How everybody you see growing up is a bunch of lames. Loners. Lames. Come on, y'all. Y'all want to join a cult where niggas is described as lames, broke, with a lot of baggage, a lot of wives, and they lames. So they got 5 women sharing one lame. That's crazy.
A lot of people who joined the cult, I realized were people who were like loners or people who was just lame. Like they didn't have any friends. They probably was super lame in high school.
Super lame in high school. Not regular lame, super lame. And don't have no friends. This is the prerequisite of being a Hebrew Israelite. You gotta be super lame. Welcome to the truth, brother. Welcome to the truth, you super lame. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna get no wife in real life. Come join the truth and be a super lame. We'll find somebody for you. It's 5 girls to every 1 lame, and they running for their life. She grew up in this shit. She ain't gonna lie. They supposed to
concerned about a lot of people who joined the cult. I realized were people who were like loners or people who was just lame. Like they didn't have any friends. They probably was super lame in high school. Their family just their family wasn't close together. They were estranged from their family, so their family really didn't care if they picked up and relocated all the way to Israel. It never came back. Or just
some of these niggas never came back. Some of these niggas disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas just disappeared off the planet. They're going to all these different cities, all these different countries, hanging with these people doing the devil's bidding, and they don't come back. They just disappear. You trying to escape? Get ready, brother. You got to save yourself.
People who were defiant, people that wanted to just leave their family and pick up and move to another country and not move back. So I joined that. And not only did they practice polygamous, they also practiced a vegan diet. So, and it was a strict vegan diet, which they were also trying to push to have everybody.
So how niggas is poor and they eating strict vegan diet? How they broke and you ain't spending no money on no meats? You just buying vegetables. That's crazy.
Do you love voting?
That's crazy.
Well, Freedom Vote Club makes voting easier than ever.
Never heard such a thing. A broke vegetarian. You ever meet a broke vegetarian? That's some new shit. I told y'all she's stunting. Look at her. Somebody take a screenshot. Send this to a Hebrew. Look, she's stunting. Got a pinky up. Look at her. She got a pinky up. She bougie. Yeah, girl. Tell her what it's like on the other side. You know what I mean? She free out here enjoying life, stunting on y'all niggas. Front, you know what I mean? Y'all fraud ass lame. She letting the world be known who y'all are. Y'all lames, y'all the losers in life, and y'all gonna get to eat good seafood.
They were trying to push to have.
She nice. Look at her. She had to drive it. She nice. She's still a good girl. She's sweet. But we gonna shit on these niggas. Come on, I know how it tastes with the buttery. See how she keep dipping in a buttery and a garlic buttery juices. You dig? Show them what it's like, girl.
They were trying to push to have everyone become raw vegans, so they were really trying to push the agenda. Okay,
they don't even want to spend money.
Different locations, like most cults, they have different locations in different cities all around the world. And when people ask me how was I able to travel so much, I was able to travel because I was in that cult, and I would go visit different places to visit different sects in the cult. Every time you do that, you move the camera. Yeah, so I will go visit different places so that I can visit different countries and stuff. I would still be living with the people that's in the cult. So, yeah, they practice a vegan diet. They practice polygamy. They had sex, like groups of people with them all over the world. And they also own businesses. And I'm going to tell you a little story about that. Like, my mom ended up leaving the cult when I was 18, but I ended up staying because at that time they were more of a family to me. And
damn, see how bad it gets? You know what I mean? See how bad it gets? Your mom come in, but she's so indoctrinated. When you give your kids to these niggas, you got to give your kids to these niggas. You got to turn over the ability to raise your kids to these losers, these lames, these broke niggas, these opportunists. That's what you gotta do. So the mom, she grew a brain, she got up out of there, but her daughter, like, yo, this the only family I got. You was gone. You was like a drug addict for a while. You was on the streets. So her mom left, but the daughter stayed. You understand that? You see how real that is? How indoctrinated this how dangerous this indoctrination can be, this cult can be. Your mama left, but the kids still had to stay because they was more of a family to her than her. This is the child's mind now. You dig what I'm saying? They done separated her from her family, dog. Y'all gotta understand this right here.
Ended up leaving the cult when I was 18, but I ended up staying because at that time they were more of a family to me, and I had grew up with some of the people, so we had become friends and we were like family. So I ended up staying, and when I stayed,
why did you leave?
I ended up staying after my mom left. I'm not even as sure why my mom left, but my mom ended up leaving the cult. And when she left, I ended up staying. So I stayed, and when I stayed, I need a crab opener or crab cutter or whatever. So yeah, anyways, I stayed. And
she stayed, you know what I mean? You can't be leaving your kids, man. You can't be leaving your kids with these lames and these losers, bro.
when I stayed, I was a part of the Cleveland set.
I'm gonna show y'all why you can't leave your kids with these niggas. Trust me.
And I stayed in Cleveland for maybe maybe until I was like maybe 19. And then after that, I decided I wanted to move to Atlanta because I really did not like the weather in Cleveland. And I decided I wanted to move somewhere where the weather was like much warmer. I like warm weather. So I moved to Atlanta. I moved to the Atlanta cult, or the Atlanta section. And
look at that. Why they always got corn with the seafood boil? You know what I'm saying? You always got to have corn. That's telling you that Indian, bro. You got to have the corn. It ain't right if it ain't got no corn up in that joint.
Oh, that sauce is spicy.
Just 10 years ago, Jesus was the best kept secret in the Jewish community.
Oh my God, it went down the wrong way. That's right.
okay, y'all, and the Atlanta group, I'll call it a group, was different from the Cleveland group, because in the Cleveland group, they were much more relaxed. Like, you could wear the clothes that you wanted to wear. But in Atlanta, they were very strict. They were like, oh, it's like Israel here. It's like the motherland here. You can't wear whatever you want to wear. You got to wear the African garb. Like, you have to wear these African clothes every day. You can't wear street clothes, or they call them Jake clothes. Jake. You couldn't wear Jake clothes, but, you know. Corn is in my teeth.
Yeah. They want to control how you dress. They want to control how you wear your hair. They want to control everything about you after they done separated you from your people that love you.
So, yeah, you couldn't wear just whatever clothes they wanted you to wear. But in Cleveland, they weren't really tripping. It wasn't a big deal. So I didn't really have that many of those African clothes because I didn't wear them like that. And another reason I didn't have that many like that is because I was only a part of the group for the benefits that it provided me. I was not a part of the group. I was not like a hardcore brainwash type of person that was a part of the group that would do anything for Ben Ami, or one of those people that was going to work for free for all of my life, or let them whoop me, because they was actually whooping people. But
it sounds crazy, don't it? Like what?
Adults.
Like
adults was getting whoopings. So
like, it sounds crazy, don't it? It sounds like a cult, don't it? And this is a girl that grew up in it. She's talking about she traveled around the world from this cult. She used it for the benefits, for the perks, because she grew up in it. She knew it was fake. She knew that everybody that was supposed to be looked up to was actually a lame and a loser. She knew better. Shout out to this sister.
I moved to Atlanta, and when I moved to Atlanta, it was different. It was much different. I moved into one of the houses. They call the houses a nation house. And the nation house is because it belongs to the cult. They own it, but they rent out rooms to the people that join the cult. So I was in the nation house, and I was living there. And since I moved there, I guess they figured I didn't have a job, but I had transferred my job. At the time I was like 19. I was working at Chipotle. And Chipotle was like, yeah, we'll transfer your job. So I was like, okay, cool. So they said you have 90 days to report and get transferred in, find a location and get transferred in. So the first 30 days that I moved there, the call had me working in their daycare. They have a daycare called Genesis or something. It's in the West End, in Atlanta, in the West End. So is that too much information?
Y'all heard it, Genesis on the West End, all right? Keep your babies out of that joint. You know what I mean? Out that brainwashing center. Genesis on the west end. They are brainwashing babies. I'm talking about watch yourself.
Anyway, so I worked at their daycare, and in their daycare, I was working there from like sun up to sundown. Like daycares are open from like 6:30 to 6:30. I was working there from 6:30 to 6:30 for a whole month. Do you know? At the end of the month, they gave me a paycheck, and the paycheck was like they paid me in cash, and the cash was like $200. It was less than $200. I was like, "What is this? Where's my money? Y'all are playing with me. Where's my money, ma'am? Ma'am, where's my money, sir? Where's my money? Run me my money."
That's crazy. Niggas got you working and they ain't trying to pay you. They got you slave laboring. They talking about the white man, the devil. The white man had you in slavery, and they get here and do the same goddamn thing. They get you here and they do the same damn thing. This ain't nothing new. Everybody ain't lying on these niggas.
Y'all, I ran out of storage, but I'm back. But
listen to this.
Yeah,
Come on.
What is this? Where's my money?
Where's my money?
Y'all are playing with me. Where's my money, ma'am?
What the nigga Indian Max say? Boo boo, where's my money, boo boo? From my money, boo boo. Where's my money, boo boo?
6:30 to 6:30.
Shout out Indian Max.
For a whole month. Do you know? At the end of the month, they gave me a paycheck, and the paycheck was like they paid me in cash, and the cash was like $200. It was less than $200. I was like, "What is this? Where's my money? Y'all are playing with me. Where's my money, ma'am? Ma'am, where's my money, sir? Where's my money? Run me my money." Y'all, I ran out of storage, but I'm back. But yeah, so I got my paycheck, or what they thought was a paycheck, and it was like, "Where's the rest of my money?" So I asked them. They was like, "Oh, you know what? You got to pay for housing. You got to pay for food." They never even fed me. I'm like, "Food? Housing? I share a room with somebody. How much does this room cost that I'm sharing with somebody, and that I'm also living with like 6 other people?"
They got her living in a room with 6 other people, not feeding her, working her like a slave, and then gave her $200, less than $200.
It was like nation dues, so you got to pay to be a part of the cult or whatever. And it was like, yeah,
you got to pay these niggas to work. You got to pay them to be a part of the cult for opportunity to sleep on the floor.
We got to take care of Ben Ami, the cult leader, or the cult founder, or the Messiah is what he called himself. Like, that's some real narcissistic stuff, like the Messiah.
There's that word again, narcissistic. There's that word again. Why everybody want to use the same word, narcissistic, to describe these niggas? This is a whole different system, a whole different side of the world. They describing the same cult behavior from the same people, and they call it all the same words, buzzwords: narcissistic, abusive, cult. Huh? Everybody ain't lying on y'all niggas.
Then they was like nation dues, so you got to pay to be a part of the cult or whatever. It was like, yeah, we got to take care of Ben Ami, the cult leader, or the cult founder, or the Messiah is what he called himself. Like, that's some real narcissistic stuff. Like, the Messiah, like, you tried it. But
he tried it.
Yeah, like, they was like, you got to pay for that. I was like, no. I said, okay, y'all got it. You got it this time. So I didn't show up to work for like the next 2 weeks. They was like, where are you? What are you doing? Why aren't you showing up for work? Y'all want to know what I did? I went right on to Chipotle and got my job. I was like, hi, I'm here. I transferred from Cleveland and I started working at Chipotle. And I had been working at Chipotle and they were like, oh, you know, they came and confronted me. It was like, what are you doing? Did anybody tell you that you can go get a job outside of the nation And does that place sell meat? Because if they sell meat, you can't work somewhere that sells.
Like you can't even get no money with the nation. What kind of look at her face? She trying to get a job at Chipotle. How many of y'all niggas gonna work at Chipotle? She 19. She just trying to make her own way. And they like, you can't get a job. They serve meat. They got every excuse in the book for you to be broke, for you to stay busted. You stay dependent on these lames and losers.
Meat, and I was just like, I don't care what they selling, long as they paying me for the hours that I work at the end of the day. Okay, so
because these other niggas ain't trying to pay you, huh? These other niggas want you to be slave labor. They trying to raise you up to be somebody Pokemon. See that shit?
Long story short, they were like, okay, you can work there, but you still got to work for us. And the crazy thing about it is, like, it's people that's really brainwashed that's in that nation that's working there, wasting years of their life, working for them for free. Or I guess not for free, working for them so that they can live inside of this house. And they just broke. Like, these people, they be complaining that they don't have anything to eat. You know, they're not getting fed or anything. Like, they're just being used by these people. And it's just crazy. Like, why are you following these rules and living this lifestyle and with the hopes and promises of having an everlasting life? This man is dead and gone. Like, I wonder how they feel now that the leader is gone when he said that he was going to live forever, because he eats a raw vegan diet and now he's dead and gone.
Now he dead and gone on these niggas. I mean, and that's what she's saying too. Like, how many of these niggas done wasted the best years of their life for this thing, for this cult? How many of y'all niggas? Come on, man, don't let them do it to you. Don't let them do it to you. Waste the best years of your life.
You're not ready for it.
So that was pretty much like, that was like the crazy story that I had. And then on top of that, I told them I wasn't coming in to volunteer either, because that's just not what I'm doing. I'm not coming in to volunteer because I'm tired, because I went to work all day. So I'm not coming in to volunteer. And the sister was like the leader sister of that group, because it's like a brother leader and a sister leader. She asked me, did I want a whooping? And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me, what? Did you just say, do we want to fight? Because it ain't going to be a whooping. It's going to be a fight. But yeah, she asked me, did I want a whooping? And I was like, girl, bye.
Did you want a whooping? They giving out whoopings. You want a whooping for working a job? You want a whooping for getting some money? Huh? Girl, you want a whooping? You want your ass spanked for trying to be independent? Girl, bye.
You too old, sis. You ain't even got it. Talking about, I used to be in the military. Okay. And I'm a fresh 19. We can get into it. You want to get into it? Because we can.
Because we can.
But
because we can. You got to protect yourself out here with these folks. You talking about something, you about to get a whooping. Talk to a 19-year-old girl that worked every day. You gonna get a whooping. Do you see this? Do you see this? Oh no. Hold on. I don't want to get too far here, but I gotta show you this girl. I gotta get into the homegirl right here. She got something for you. We gotta keep going, y'all. We gotta keep going. Cause y'all see everybody. Hold on, let's do a recap. Pardon me. Let's do a recap. They got us here on some clickbait.
Another guy was standing there next to me.
Hold on.
You got on, who was trying to get people like me to come over to actually hear them, what they got to say. And how he got me interested, or, got my attention at least, is what he said, do you know what tribe you came from? Or do sister, do you know who you are? And I mean, at least grab my attention or whatever. And I'm like, really wasn't trying to get into that. And all the when I was talking about the Haitians, when I was talking about my,
he just wanted to know. He just wanted to know if you knew. He wanted to get inside your mind. Sister, do you know who you are, sister? He got you over there with some clickbait.
Experience with Haitians. I wasn't saying all the Haitian people. I can't classify all.
He got you over there with some clickbait.
It's what they use on me. You got me over there on some clickbait.
You got me over there on some clickbait. You see, that's how we started at. That these niggas is worse than the white man.
The white man and his tactics and not what I seen yesterday is that the very people that they were complaining about, the white man and his tactics and beating us, the slaves and turning us into slaves and all this, the same thing the white man did that they were so angry about on yesterday, those same tactics is what they use on me. You got me over there
on some clickbait.
Then when I went over there, you didn't talk about nothing about that. You told me, okay, man, we'll be talking about this Friday night.
You got me over there. You see what I'm saying? That's what these niggas doing. They clickbaiting just to get you over there. And then when they get you over there, they're gonna hit you with this right here.
And so when I was coming out of the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, I got a lot of backlash, a lot of threats, a lot of people in my inbox talking crazy to me. But the one thing that I felt liberated to talk about when I came out of the Hebrew Israelite community was the blatant narcissistic abuse that goes on in that community. Whether it be men being abused or women being abused. But right now we're going to talk about the women that have been abused in that community, because it is a community to me that fosters negative behavior, narcissistic abuse for sure, because in that community, women are not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to have their own thoughts, their own anything. Basically, their only thing that women are to do in that community is have babies, be quiet, take care of the house, give over all their resources and finances to the man.
She ain't never lie. I mean, they got you over. So clickbait. She ain't never lie. Hold on. She ain't never lie. You see what I'm saying? This is getting ridiculous. We just giving you all examples of the fuckery now. She said it's narcissistic. How many times you got to hear that word narcissistic?
For sure, confident that was breaking the Sabbath. But all of a sudden I call the officer and you get quiet. You're okay.
Hold on.
And I had to stop with everything I was doing. He said, I will throw this whole dinner out. I'll double check with you to see, if you can hear.
Okay, yeah.
So,
and just so people know what she means by bringing out audio is that we actually of how the relationship went down, because obviously people love to lie and people want proof from IUIC. So here is your proof.
Okay.
You asked for it. You got it.
All right.
So whenever you're ready, Leah, you could do your thing.
I'm ready. So I'm just gonna, walk you guys down pretty much by the time we got engaged. So right after we got engaged, the day we got engaged, I moved into his apartment. So there was a couple instances that I got, some red flags. For instance, he did not know his doctrine as well as he thought he did. For instance, I was cooking dinner one night. It was, I want to say it was about to be Friday night. So it was about to be the Sabbath. It was on the verge of being like the sun was going down. And I was done doing the heat part of the dinner. So I needed to blend it at the end. I was making a soup. So I started blending, and by this time the sun went completely down. So I started blending, and that is not using fire. It's not going against the Sabbath, and what they teach is wrong and right regarding the Sabbath.
Right.
So I started blending, he got up out of his chair and literally backed me into a corner saying, "What are you doing?" Like, he was so confident that I was breaking the Sabbath. And I had to stop with everything I was doing. He said, "I will throw this whole dinner out. What are you doing?" So I said, "Jamin, I'm not."
Everybody not lying, y'all. Everybody not lying. Let's keep going, because if you don't get out, the shit gets crazy.
As a 47-year-old man convinced a girl 3 times younger than him that they were married. Not only that, the sheriff's office tells us the girl's own mother knew about it.
Eyewitness News reporter Deborah Wrigley live now. And Deborah, this is just so upsetting and clearly disturbing.
It is, Art. There is no marriage license on file in Fort Bend County for this alleged union. But now there are 2 people in jail accused of a crime. The suspect, and if the marriage were legal, which it is not, it would also in jail would be his mother-in-law. Stephen Carty is 47 years old, more than 3 times the age of the person who believes she's his wife. The story revealed earlier this month when she went to see a doctor.
She was questioned and asked by doctors, and she admitted that she was married.
And that she had been married since she was 13, which is not allowed under any Texas law, even with the consent of a parent and a judge.
These niggas out here marrying babies. Not only marrying babies, having sex with babies.
Now Carty is charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child. The child's mother, 39-year-old Cherry Jamila Payton, accused of child endangerment.
Look at her smiling. Why she got that face? And you in jail for this heinous crime, kid? And look at her face. What kind of Most High God allowing a nigga to be like, she that brainwashed? You can see straight through the back of her eyes. It's like space. It's like a peace, a calm. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. She too tranquil. She's brainwashed. She's not even there. Look at her face.
Through parental negligence. She, her daughter, and Carty, according to the detective, all...
You can see that nigga. He evil. You can see him all up in it. All that evil up in that nigga. All that low vibrational energy up in that nigga.
Shared the same home.
She knew that these 2 individuals were sexually active with each other. So we felt that the charge for endangering a child did fit.
But now this, the detective says the defendants told her the marriage was part of their cultural belief system.
They belong to the Hebrew Israelites, so they are biblical people and they follow the laws of the Bible.
But among those we spoke to in Fort Bend County, there was a lot of skepticism about that.
If it's truly a belief system, or it's just convenient to now we have this story, and so
it's a fabricated belief system,
right,
based on the need and convenience.
Carty's bond is set at $100,000. The girl's mother at $10,000. But again, they remain in jail. The girl herself is under CPS supervision. Live at 5 in Fort Bend County, Deborah Wrigley, 13 Eyewitness News.
So upsetting to hear. Thank you, Deborah.
So upsetting to hear. You see what I'm saying? Good thing Shorty got out. Good thing Shorty got out, because they're not trying to let you out this joint. They ain't trying to let you out this joint. You get out through a bullet. You get out through rape. You see what I'm saying? You got these parents, they done brainwashed the parents so bad that the parents just give over their kids.
Law, and Jesus is grace, and Jesus fulfilled all that. But they would tell you about the clothing, 2 different fibers can't mix. So I was listening to a class one time. They were talking about that, and it's like I do my face like that a lot because it hurt me how much bondage was upon me. But
bondage. She talking about she feeling bondage upon her because of the fabrics in the clothes. Like the other girl was abused by the fringes. This girl, she can't even mix fabrics. Do you hear this? Shit, I mean, this is the pressure, this is the abuse, and this is real life. You don't bring this type of stuff up if it's not bondage. You don't call everything that these niggas do is a form of bondage, is a chain to lock you in to a system of dependency on a loser. You see, everything they do is a form of bondage. Oppression doctrine is a form of bondage. Being born with curse is a form of bondage. Waiting on a Messiah is a form of bondage.
Worshiping a mannequin head that you place a hat upon. The clothes situation. I probably do away hundreds of dollars of clothes I had throughout the year back then. The laws is all about the laws. You cannot do every law, and Jesus is grace, and Jesus fulfill all that. But they would tell you about the clothing, 2 different fibers can't mix. So I was listening to a class one time. They were talking about that, and it like I do my face like that a lot because it hurt me how much bondage was upon me. But you know, I actually went in my room, looked through all my clothes, and because something was wool and cotton, threw it away, or it was wool and this, that, and that, threw away clothes. Only kept clothes that had one name on it. It better have been 100% cotton back then. You see what I'm saying? Or 100% this, that, the other. Cotton is very expensive. I'm gonna let y'all know that too. So if you really want to continue to live your life like that, cotton clothing is very expensive. And you really think the Lord is going to punish you for having mixed fabric clothing? No, he's not. Okay. It just hurts me at how much bondage I was in and how much bondage these people are in now because they're following the law. The Lord will lead you into all righteousness. This really hurt me. That time when I told you about that Day of Atonement thing, and they wanted us to fast. The thing was, like, I was so confused because it was one group saying that I was looking.
Now listen to how crazy this. I mean, they make you crazy now because you want to serve the Lord now. You want to get rid of these curses. You don't want to do wrong. You want to be righteous. You want to be saved. So you do whatever they tell you to do. Now listen to this.
At all the different groups, some was saying this date, some was saying that date, some was like get this calendar, some was saying use the regular calendar. The Lord is not the author of confusion, and those holy days are for the Jews. I'm not a Jew, but I fast for 7 days, y'all, out of the fear of the Lord, out of what people was teaching me. I did not eat and I did not drink. Remind you, I had a newborn baby at the time. And I was breastfeeding, but I was so scared I was going to upset the Lord. And my daughter at the time was either 12 or 13. So imagine how I felt. I told her to break her fast the second day, I believe, because this seeing your child just try to walk and she's so weak. Like, Mom, and we just try to do right. Y'all are wrong for teaching that. Y'all are wrong. That is not for today to be doing the Day of Atonement. Jesus is our atonement. Y'all talk about Hebrews so much. Read the book of Hebrews and get understanding. We are not supposed to do that. It was others talking about
these niggas stuck in a stone age. You got niggas still stuck in a stone age. You know what I'm saying? Still doing archaic rituals and fasting and can't use fire and can't mix wool and cotton and can't have no rayon and silks. Like, come on, bro.
The Feast of Tabernacles, I guess you had to build some type of shelter.
Watch this. Y'all think this is a joke? This has got to be a joke, but these niggas so brainwashed, they with it.
In your yard, get a tent or whatever. I was not going out there in no tent, especially in my condition, going out there, putting a tent in my yard in the hood, period, to sleep nowhere for no Feast of Tabernacles. Y'all are wrong. Y'all have these feasts and y'all are doing.
Y'all are wrong. You know what I mean? That ain't right at all. I want niggas to go sleep out in the tent in the middle of the ghetto, in the middle of the jacks. You can see her face. She like, man, like, they don't know what to
doing
do.
Them in vain. The Lord, that self-righteousness and works is not going to get you into the kingdom.
Look at her eyes. They watery. Like she trying not to cry. But I mean, this is crazy. A nigga wants you to go sleep out in the woods because of some feast of tabernacle. What? We gotta go be TP Indians.
So y'all are doing this in vain. Yes, you are supposed to honor Passover. You just read to your child about Passover. But it was these guys, that's why I said a lot of them don't even have the Holy Spirit upon them. The Holy Spirit is not guiding them. But back then I threw away hundreds of dollars of food. Because they said leaven, get all leaven out your house. That don't mean a little leavens a little leaven leavens the loaf does not mean that. And I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'll put the scripture up there. They had it as though because you have leaven in your house, that's a sin. So at the time, like I said, I was a beginner. I was still a babe. I didn't understand it and threw away hundreds of dollars of food, y'all. How foolish is that? You understand what I'm saying? That's why I strive and I tell y'all time and time again, especially you women. That's who I really be talking to. Read your word and sit underneath the feet of the Lord. Mary sat underneath the Lord and learned of him. Remember, Martha worked and Mary sat at his feet, meaning not she didn't just sit at his feet. That meaning sat at the feet and learn of the Lord. His words is in here. He'll teach you so you won't do the foolish things I did and probably the foolish things that some other people are doing now. And I really don't want to say they're doing foolish stuff. They just have bondage upon them. They don't have understanding.
They doing foolish stuff. Keep it funky. She know it's foolish. Or it's bondage. Is it worse to be doing something foolish or to be in bondage? It's a lose-lose.
Because back then I didn't have understanding myself, so it hurt, and that's why I will never claim to be no Hebrew Israelite.
You got to escape. You got to free your mind. You got to get back to yourself and your highest consciousness. You know you connected, but you ain't connected to no foolishness, to no bondage. Nobody, that don't feel right with your spirit, being connected to some bondage.
That is not me. I'm of the Church of Christ. When he come and gather his church, that's what I am a part of. And now it goes to the Apocrypha teachings. Leave that stuff alone. I remember I was reading the Apocrypha.
Hold on now. All right, y'all. We're gonna let y'all get the not so good part.
And that's why
But it gets terrible.
"20-year-old student midwife Joy Morgan has been missing for 2 months. She was last seen at an event at her church. Her family are desperate for information. 30 miles away in Hertfordshire, a man is being questioned by the police.
We already know where this is going now.
All over that website, in videos, in pictures, in everything.
As we speak to Joy's sister and brother, another family member interrupts with a big update.
In the church. How could you miss that person? How?
Yeah, they charged him. With what?
Murder. You out here playing with these cults, playing with these losers. Murder.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Life is a cruel thing.
Brothers and sisters, of the Israelite church. You say you're her family. You say that she's your sister. I ask again, where is your sister? Bring her home. That's all. That's all.
And these same niggas that say they your brothers and sisters, they gonna disappear when your real family come looking for you, come try to save you, come try to bury you. These niggas gonna act like they don't know what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Hanging around with these purple men.
Just bring her home. I know.
It's raw out here, boy. It's raw out here, boy. We, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna do too much, man. This is just part one. Don't worry, we got part two coming for y'all. Hope y'all enjoy part one. You know what I'm saying? But is part two gonna get raw? Part two gonna get a little bit raw, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Yeah, right now. Yeah, right now. Peace to the gods, man. Sorry I had to be the bearer of bad news. You know what's going on here? Yeah, man. I had to be the bearer of bad news, man. But we see what this is, man. This is a narcissistic situation where the men just feed off each other. They get to take advantage of some women that they don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? They get to feed off of clickbait, off of acting like they got the spiritual answers, but their whole job is to just depress them and oppress them. You know, it's man, it's a terrible situation, man. It's a terrible situation. I'm glad these women have escaped. Glad these women were able to find themselves freedom. You know what I'm saying? And get away from that. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep showing y'all how to see yourself in abusive situations and how to find a way to get yourself out of this. It's really easier than we think. But we don't get to hear people's side of the story of what's it like. We get to hear these men, all these Sinetta niggas out here talking about how good it is, you know, to be the Lord. But we don't get to hear the women, the victims, how they feel about being oppressed, being victimized, you know what I'm saying? Being treated the way they are treated by these narcissistic men, you know what I'm saying? And then how when they try to complain, when they try to get help and try to get counsel, they just told you're belligerent. You know what I mean? Told that you're the problem. You need to keep this in your house. Don't tell nobody what these niggas is doing to you. Don't tell nobody that you use fire on the weekend. Like this is Stone Age shit. This ain't real life stuff. You know, nobody can live like this. Nobody can wear cotton all year round. Like, come on, man. So yeah, man. Like, you know, I mean, again, I'm glad I was able to share this with y'all. Hopefully, you were able to get some insight into what's it like to be a Hebrew Israelite. What's it like to be a woman inside a Hebrew Israelite camp? Because, like I tell you, like my mama used to say, everybody ain't gonna lie on you. If one person said it, all right, they might not like you. But if everybody's saying it, it's a reason. These niggas is a cult. These niggas ain't no good. We gotta get these niggas up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the sisters is protected because they not protect them. They're not trying to protect them. You know, they trying to get them there to abuse them. They're trying to get them there to keep them in a worse state, to put them in a worse state than they were in when they found them. Like the girl said, you got me here on some clickbait. That's the illest line of the day. you got me over here on some clickbait. I thought you was gonna come with some positivity, but you did the white man's job. Everything you say about the white man is what you did to her, what you did to them, what you do to us. Y'all do more of the white man's work than the white man. Y'all preach more black inferiority than the white man. So the reason why I started it like that was so y'all can see how the people on the outside feel. And this is how the women feel outside the situation. Now we don't know what's going on. All right, cool. This is how we feel. It felt like this was abusive. It felt like she said she felt like she was in hell for an hour or two. So let's go and find out how the people in it for 5 years, 10 years, grew up in it as babies. How do they feel? Do they feel like it was hell? Do we on the outside in the streets looking at it, do we just think it's crazy and we wrong? Or is it really, really crazy? Seem like it's really, really crazy. Seem like it's really, really dangerous. Seem like you need to get away from it. Like everybody getting away from it. Get the brain and getting some heart. You know? So we're not gonna hide the truth any longer. If you got a story to share, share it. Drop a link. Put the YouTube up. We're gonna share it. Because we're gonna make sure everybody get right. We're gonna make sure you get free. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing about you. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. Because we're gonna get on these niggas too. Don't worry. Part 2 is coming. But we just wanted to let y'all know that it ain't all glitter that's gold. Nobody get to tell a woman's story. You ain't gonna see these women on Signet, unfortunately. You know? So we gonna show, because a lot of these people, get caught up off this internet hype. And then they get into these situations and you get your ass beat for using a blender. You know what I'm saying? You about to get your ass beat for having a job. There's a lot of ass beating on grown people. They like to do that. They like to touch on grown people. They like to touch on babies. You know? They want to separate you from your family. Like, again, did y'all see the sequence of that? Everybody got the same story, how they want to get you away from your family, get you away from the people that love you. There was nobody that came in as a family and left as a family. Ain't that some shit? Nobody came in as a family, stayed as a family. They ripping niggas apart, ripping babies from the arms of their mothers. That's what they doing because they lames. It's a sad thing. I don't want to. I'm not the person that said that. This is a girl that grew up in this system as a child, and she described them as losers. These type of people that join this group are the losers, the loners, the lames is her exact quote. So we need to make people aware that these is the lames and the losers, and that's what they doing. That they taking advantage of a system that gives them wives. That nigga told his wife, "You promised to me. You can't leave me. You promised to me. No matter what I do to you, no matter who you call. I mean, how many times you call this captain?" The other chick sister tried to seek counsel. The counsel told her, "You can't do nothing about it. You promised to this nigga." You know what I mean? So you can't get no help in there. You got to get up out of that. You got to come up out of there. You sit in there too long, you can stop smelling it. You got to come up out of there. Yeah. I mean, it's but the other two sisters said that. They said that it's a shame that these men don't have emotions, don't have feelings. They don't understand what they're doing to these women. And it's like, yo, how you gonna sleep? I mean, how you sleep sound at night? Girl got a black eye. You know what I mean? Girl scared to death. Ain't nobody comfortable. You know what I mean? You sleeping like a baby and she bleeding. You know? This is ridiculous. And it's like you can't even talk about it. They hit you with a religion, and they got you again. They got you on some clickbait. Like, do you know who you are? You're special. You're chosen. You one of the Israelites. But what about my mom and my dad? Oh, them motherfuckers ain't shit. Wait a minute. I thought this was a lineage. I thought we all came from. No, just you and your dollars and your resources and all the money you got. That's what we want. We here today for your money. We here today for your resources. We here today to take everything that you got for us. Fuck what your mom and them doing. Tell her to wear a skirt. Don't come. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Peace to the guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. Nobody told you today I love you. Love being in love with you. Yeah, man. Stay tuned for part 2. Escaping Hebrew Israelites. Don't worry. It's coming. See y'all tomorrow. Easy.